happening? I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's beautiful outside. I'm wearing my spring shirt to hope for spring soon. It's been a fantastic, actually been a very mild winter, at least here where I'm from. I'm not sure where you've been from, but I really can't complain. Very above normal temperatures, so excited about the spring. Excited about the spring market coming. Obviously, it's the busiest time of year for folks buying homes, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I've come across a couple conversations with clients, and I wanted to maybe help bring a different perspective to potential buyers when it comes to negotiating on properties and kind of set the proper expectation of what to expect when you're buying a home. I am not a real estate agent. I don't claim to be one, not licensed as a real estate agent. I'm a mortgage originator, licensed as a mortgage originator, been doing this for 26 years. And I have seen sellers markets, buyers markets, to everything in between. And this market currently, we are seeing not many listings, a very, very limited amount of listings, and we're still seeing an enormous amount of buyers still in the market that are interested in buying homes. Obviously, interest rates are not at their peak, but they're not nearly close to the bottom where they were back in 2022. And so with that being said, I wanted to kind of shine some light on when it comes to a perspective on negotiating or what your expectations are when you're going into potentially putting an offer on a property. And again, I recommend you talk to a real estate agent, obviously a buyer's agent. Agents are vitally important because they can work on your behalf. They can educate you on the current market that you're dealing with, and every market's different. Where my market is can be different than another part of the country. So every market is market sensitive based on where you are located. So please, please, please make sure you talk to your real estate agent in regards to that. But that being said, we know that there are the 3 Ds of selling, right? When a seller would potentially decide to sell a home, we call them the 3 Ds. It's death, divorce, or debts, right? Now, that's not the only reason that people sell their homes. People want to relocate. They're getting placed somewhere because they're taking a new job. Maybe they're downsizing. Maybe they're upsizing. There's numerous reasons. But guys, I want you to kind of take a little bit of a different approach, because what I'm hearing is I'll pre-approve a buyer, for example, and they're really excited. And I'll say, hey, you said you were looking at a property. Do you mind giving me the property dollar amount so I can work up a payment for you? And they would tell me, but they said, no, I'm not offering that much for it. And I go, oh, okay. And so then they would tell me what they're offering for it, and it would be thousands of dollars less. Right? Now, obviously, the real estate agent works for you, so they will do it even if it's against everything in their being to submit an offer like that. They have a fiduciary responsibility to clients. But guys, I want you to be realistic. We are in a market right now where the seller doesn't have to take anything that you submit that's anything under asking price. If anything, they're probably taking over asking price. This is not the market where we're gonna go get a slam dunk deal. I think it's funny, I even had sellers, say that, well, I'm gonna sell my house for top dollar, then I'm gonna go to the next house and try to get a discount. It's like, okay, well, you're not giving a discount on your sale. Why in the world would you think you're gonna turn around and get a deal on the other side of things? So again, I'm just giving you my opinion. This is for educational entertainment purposes only. I am only interested in kind of giving you a little bit of logic so that you can kind of think about where you're at, so that you don't offend a seller, that you don't maybe burn the bridges in negotiation, because that's the worst thing in the world, to literally submit a lowball offer. And I'm not saying you shouldn't submit maybe a 2 or 3% below asking price offer. Again, talk to your real estate agent about what's best for the property. But first of all, if a house has just been on the market for a couple weeks, trying to lowball tremendously on that property is not wise. It's not gonna get accepted. And I think what's happening is a lot of people are trying to fit this beautiful home that they love and try to fit it into their budget and their payments. So they think by offering less, it's gonna help them achieve that. And at the end of the day, that's just not possible. If you qualify for that property, you'll have to wrap your mind around raising your mental threshold budget to be able to afford that more expensive home under the current mortgage rates. Again, mortgage rates fluctuate. So that means that if you buy the house, and you've heard the saying, marry the house, date the rate, so on and so forth. We've heard that a lot over the last couple of years, but it's true. You're getting into the game, you're buying the house that you love, and then literally you'll only have that payment temporarily. Rent interest rates come down, you'll be able to get your payment down. Now, granted, we're not putting any dates on that. It could take a year, it could take 2 years before interest rates would drop. But the point is, it's either raise your mental threshold to be able to get into the home that you love and raise your budget mentally, monthly, or what you think or what you're comfortable with as far as the payments are concerned, or the payment you're comfortable with, go look at houses that fit within that wheelhouse. And I know you're gonna say, well, I don't see any houses in that price range, and that's fine. It may take you a little longer to find that property. It may require you to be patient to find that gem that'll come along that will obviously, we will sell it and be in that price range that you're looking for. It's not impossible. Guys, I've seen everything in the last 12 months from people that have bought $80,000 houses and literally got into a pre-approval situation and literally in contract within a week. It's not impossible. But I've also pre-approved people and they're still looking for homes and it's been 6 months. It's really about you coming to the conclusion that the market that we're in is very unique. I don't want you to get frustrated. I want you to have patience. I want you to ask lots of questions to the real estate an. You may come across the very motivated seller, a house that's been on the market for a long time and maybe get a deal. But I don't want you to burn bridges and to have an unmet expectation because you think that by going in and lowballing tremendously that number one, they're going to be willing to just throw up their hands and say, yep, I'm going to give it to you. Or number two, maybe even potentially counteroffer you. But you got to keep in mind that that seller's got a certain amount invested in that property. More than likely, not in every case, probably got it priced according to the market if their listing agent is good and is worth their weight in gold. So they've probably already priced it. Now you're going to have those situations where a seller is way overpriced the property because in their mind they think they can sell it for $1 million when they bought it for $100,000 a year ago. I'm being funny, but the point is that they think it's worth a ton of money. And again, it's worth what the market will support at the end of the day. And so that's where a real estate agent, a listing agent, a buying agent comes in to educate. So it's vitally important that you ask the questions. But guys, make sure that you're changing your perspective ever so slightly because read this market right now and it's not really conducive for you to come in and just lowball a deal and say, hey, I'm gonna get a deal. I'm gonna get this house under what it's worth. I'm gonna walk in with a ton of equity and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that's not impossible. Anything is possible, but it may be a diamond in the rough. It may be a while down the road. It may take you a while for you to do that. And again, there's already a high level of anxiety, especially when you're a first-time home buyer buying a home, thinking about all these things and then all of a sudden throwing on the table, I want to get a good deal. And where I'm finding most of this advice is the first-time home buyers' parents, in-laws. They think they know what's best. Remember, they may not have bought in this current market. They may have bought in a market where you could go in and lowball and actually get offers accepted. So again, that's why you are working with a real estate agent. Trust them, trust the process. If you've got a good one that's worth their weight in gold, they will serve you and take care of you and get you into the right property, price properly, negotiate with you properly, and guide you in that direction. I hope that's been helpful to you. Again, I just wanted to set the record straight from a perspective for any new home buyers going into the spring market. Again, read the market. Make sure that you're not oblivious to it. Make sure you're somewhat educated as to what kind of market we're in right now. House prices are high. The chance of you getting a huge deal, I'm not saying you couldn't get a deal, but a huge deal are slim enough. So hope that's been helpful to you. Till next time, bye for now.